move to advanced medical assistant. So a lot of the organizations will also offer scholarships, or what the clinic has is we have an educational assistance reimbursement program. So twice a year, individuals can apply for tuition reimbursement for, you know, a dental assisting certificate, a medical assistant certificate, bachelor's degree. It kind of varies based on whatever educational path they're pursuing. And then we sort of, you know, we budget for, you know, that each year, and then we award that to employees to try to support them as they grow. And we have the same type of thing too, where we might lose a really good employee that moves on to become a family nurse practitioner or to go to school, and so that happens, and that's okay. And I recommend too, just get your foot in the door if you're interested in healthcare, because there's lots of opportunities in with all of the organizations, just in healthcare in general. With Clinica we have medical, we provide dental care, and then also behavioral health. And one thing that La Clinica is doing is they have a new sort of arm of La Clinica, which is called the Learning Well, and it's really taking sort of learning and development, wellness, and then behavioral health, and it's kind of combining it. And so we're looking at pursuing like residency programs and different things like that as well. So
you might want to cook up with Michelle afterwards, so we network. She's got some background. We were talking earlier about some of her social work kind of background. So.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, you bet. Yeah, there's just lots of opportunity, and it is a job seeker market right now, no doubt.
You've got a lot of clinics spread on, right? Ashland.
I remember when you had one.
Yeah.
I remember when there was one, when you said 27, it's like, wow.
Yeah, we have Phoenix is kind of further south, and then Central Point, but we're in a lot of the schools. So we have 7 main sites, I would say, and then we're in a lot of the, you know, Phoenix Town School District, Central Point, Madison, Medford.
And the areas they don't cover, Road Community Health covers as a federal qualified health clinic, and then it's Siskiyou Clinic covers the Josephine County area. Next, let's go around the room.
Yeah, totally. Road Valley Manor, large retirement community, we're CCRC, which is a continuing care retirement community. So we have more than just healthcare on our campus. We have dining services and weekend services and ground services. I mean, so we have more than just that. So if you have family members that are interested in dining, please send them our way. It's great. So it's not just healthcare.
Which will link up to career pathways and scholarships.
We do, yes. And so that's just it. We have multiple different healthcare levels. We have the skilled nursing facility, but we also have the memory care center, which is the Alzheimer's and dementia unit. We also have an RSF, which is a care suites type of area where it's not where you're needing to be a CNA in those areas. You can be a caregiver. You may not have to have a CNA license. You could work towards that, but you're working very similar type jobs as a CNA, but you're not in the skilled nursing area. So there's opportunities to start off as a home care caregiver, learn what that's all about, move into more of a group type setting where you're taking care of multiple residents, not just one-on-one, and to discover, is that really what you want, because it's very similar to a CNA, and then move into that CNA role. We don't have medical assistants, but we have the CNA, CMA, RN, LPN levels, and caregivers. Okay, so we have those multiple levels on campus. So it's not just one. And we do offer scholarships, we offer certificate programs, we help go back to school. We try to work around those school schedules as much as we can. It's hard because we're a 24/7 operation, taking care of our residents. But we do try to provide as much as we can possibly provide for flexibility for scheduling. What else? What are your questions?
Our schedules are very flexible. To answer a question that you had earlier, as far as continuing to work and go to school, we have 5 students in the RN or LPN program now that are going to school, and they're like, I need money. What can you do? We put them on call. We have our schedules out 5 or 6 months in advance, and the way our on-call program works is the staff can look as far ahead as we have the schedules posted out. We try to keep them posted out quite a way, especially for holidays and spring break and such, and they can go and pick and choose the schedule, the shifts that they want that meet their needs, so they can still continue to work on any shift that fits their needs and as much as they want to. So that way they still have that income coming in and it still fits their school schedule. So all of our licensed areas, our health services areas, offer that same on-call schedule. And it goes for nursing and the CNAs as well, and caregivers.
Awesome. Question? Nope. Yeah, I saw a hand going up. Brent, I know you talked something. You want to add anything else closing out?
Yeah. Just a little bit about us, we have 6 clinical locations now, open 7 days a week. We did last year 105,000 patient visits. We have also other alternatives in our organization. Recently we've added such as dermatology, orthopedics, occupational medicine, so there's other options, not just the urgent care. The urgent care is kind of the sexiest part of the whole, it's fun. You know, you're seeing every day, you're exciting, lots of adrenaline, you patch people up and send them on the way, it feels really good. But we have all kinds of options now in our organization. We're about 160 people right now, so we're pretty small. We're for profit, and sometimes misidentified as not for profit, just the way we articulate with the community at large. I'm kind of proud of that actually. So if you're interested at all, come talk to me.
Marla.
I'm gonna stand up because I feel like being tall. I used to own and operate assisted living communities in the valley, and we recently sold them. And so my focus right now is a caregiver program that we've been doing in combination with WorkSource and Jim's team for the last 3 years, I guess. And it's been mostly high school students that have attended. But today I wanted to share a story about coming full circle, because you've heard that. Go here and they'll help you build this. Well, sometimes you might go here, and then you might go here, and then you might go here. Well, there was a young girl that took the caregiver class, and she was still in high school. So she was 16. In assisted living, you can't work at 16 as a caregiver, but she was really interested in it. So she decided, WorkSource gave her the money, and she decided to go take the CNA training, because as a CNA at 16, you can work. So not sure what the difference is. But
We're working on that one.
That's how it works. Yeah, we're working on that one. So she went and took the CNA program with Joan, and then I contacted her and said, what's happening? I got my CNA, but I don't think anybody will work around my school schedule, because I'm still in high school. So I said, well, what's your schedule? So I send an email and say, hey, do you need someone? This girl's really good, she's blah, blah, blah. He hires her as a receptionist, works around her school schedule, and now she's becoming a medical assistant. So I just want to show you how that works. These people in this room, all these contacts you're making today, they all know each other, and they're all here to help you, all right? The other one was a girl that went to the manor that took the caregiver class. She's just a lovely girl, very quiet, but you could tell she wanted to be a nurse. So we're like, okay, you took the caregiver class, seems like you really like it. She goes on, takes the CNA class with Joan, and then goes to the manor and gets her CNA too, and works in their skilled facility, all right? She's gonna continue to be on her career path to be a nurse, and they will help her do that, all right? So that's really the point I wanted to make, that this really is a community, and all of us around the table are here to help in any way that we can.
Awesome, thank you.
Oh, that- okay.
Well, Lakeland, please.
How do we follow?
Lakeland's not here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Providence.
You're Providence.
Still
Providence.
That was an amazing story, thank you for that.
Sure.
So Providence is a healthcare organization in the valley. We have a hospital, Providence Medical Center, but we also have clinics throughout the valley. So similar to the manor, we have positions in facilities and security, dietary, but then of course in healthcare as well. And we're really proud of our clinical ladder and the ability to help grow our own through our programs and supporting you financially and through scheduling and morale and all of that. So really excited to be here today, and please feel free to drop by our table. We're happy to answer any questions you may have. Anything to add?
The only thing that I can really think to add here is if we have people that are specifically interested in pursuing their degree for like an RN or advanced degree RN licensure, like an NP or your doctorate at NP, to really think of what organizations are going to offer you opportunities financially to gain that. And so one of the benefits of working for such a large organization is we have a huge foundation system, and I have a couple caregivers who work for me actually that are in their NP program, and their graduate programs are 100% funded by our scholarship programs. Nothing is coming out of pocket for them. And so when we talk about really wanting to grow our own and keep them there, I mean, now they're going to continue to work at Providence with their advanced degree for several years, and that's a huge benefit to our community. And so that's just one of the things that I I know a lot of organizations offer similar things, and so when you're scouting out those different opportunities, look for that as well. And then just a regular plug that I have for anybody entering into the workflow, when you look at kind of what are my pay ranges, that's a very important thing to look at, but also look at your benefits and the payout that you get for your benefits too. I think a lot of people overlook that and they just look at that hourly salary, and don't always think of how that benefit range can affect kind of their overall pay structure for that year. So just plug that in there too.
And what I'd like to add as well is, just as this lovely, what we call roll-ups, our advertising says, we would love for everybody here to stay in the Valley, of course, but if life takes you in a different direction and you're moving to, say, California, we operate out of 7 different states. So not only do we have the hospital and the 18 clinics locally, but we're in the Portland market, we're in California, Montana, Washington, Alaska, a large number of states as well. So if you do start a career out with Providence or you're looking to grow, there are a lot of opportunities elsewhere, and you won't lose, in some ways, some seniority working for the organization. And that does matter when it comes to retirement. It really helps to maintain the same employer if you can. So it's a really great employer.
I just want to add on, similar to as a very, the VA is like Providence is in many different states. We're, from Maine to Manila, like they say. So if you plan on moving around or anything, also you can have that longitudinal career and hop and move around, as life takes you.
So before we close out to the rest of the room, close out the employers, a couple things. One is, what you hear and see, and Marla, I thought it was beautiful how you shared the story so practically. This is both a community and a cooperation, but also some competition. Because, what you see here is you're in market choice around, what different employers might be your view. And we have others that aren't at the table around today. So I think to what folks are saying, do your due diligence. Check it out. Explore what different organizations, and again, what's important to you and what you're looking for. Every employer is a little different, but we all are in this together. I mean, when we talk with the hospitals, they say, yeah, we need help, but we also need our senior care facilities to be really functioning well. Because if we don't have that, I mean, with all this COVID, this hospital compression, they don't have any beds. Back last year, we were working with Oregon health authorities, like, there's not enough senior care beds. We don't have any places for the patients to go at the skilled nursing facilities. That's a problem. So there's a cooperation, but then it's you all being in choice in that scheme of things. So do your due diligence. This community is here to help. I think we're going to close out with some of the other partners around the table, but then do your networking and just keep them working and find the answers and find the path that works best for you. We've got a lot of people here willing to help you, and spread the word, because we're going to replicate this. The thing that I would say to the employers and the partners around the table is, as I said earlier, this is a work in progress. This event is like, what I would love to see is 100 people in this room, 200 people in this room on a regular basis. We'll see if we can get there. But I think replicating this either both virtually or in real time, in real person, that's why we created Real Careers, to allow people to go. And so if you have ideas about how to better partner, how to kind of move this forward as a system and communicate these opportunities and replicate this virtually or in person, let us know, work with us.
Can I add on?
Please.
I just want to add on I love the advice you gave of know thyself and then know what's around you. I mean, right now, at this time in healthcare, you've been talking about for like 10 years, there's this thing called the gray tsunami, where all the baby boomers are retiring and they're needing more healthcare. At the same time, we're losing a big chunk of our workforce.
Yep.
We now have to take care of even more people. And then along came COVID.
Yep.
And so it really is a job seekers market. So I would say is, in terms of know thyself, like really just think about what makes you happy, like what gets you excited. It's really easy to get burned out in healthcare because it's really hard work. But if some people love working with kids, some people want to work with older populations, some people want to help people that are starting families and delivering babies, whatever it is, there's opportunities out there. And so just think about that and then follow your heart. Don't try to talk yourself into positions just because of the money or the extrinsic little motivators. Follow your heart and you can't go wrong.
There's also some great services we're offering through WorkSource Rose Valley. Life coaching is available. We have different essential employability skills workshops that help with that know thyself, find yourself, find what's really important to you, so that you can find, okay, where is it that I want to express my, whatever you want to call it, life passions, my joys, my mission in life. you know, out into the world. The one thing I was gonna say to our high school students, thank you for representing our high school population, is, and I'm gonna channel Marla's bit here, we actually have right now on-call caregiver positions open. And even as you prepare to go off to, you know, Portland State or wherever in the coming year, Marla and I talk about this regularly, it's like, working as a caregiver ought to be the prerequisite to every single healthcare profession. Because if you can work in caregiving, then that's your testimony. Are you in that caring profession? So, Tammy, do you want to say something?
No, keep talking, I'm just joking.
Go ahead and hand that out. Anyway, think about those kinds of opportunities. Tammy, I'm gonna go around this side of the room and close it out with our RCC folks, but
Okay.
why don't you speak to what WorkSource Globe Valley has available?
We have a lot of things available. We have lots of scholarships. Well, I shouldn't say scholarships. We have a lot of financial assistance, and it's very individualized. So without diving into the weeds of what you have to do for this pot and this pot and this pot, just connect with us. We have, 30 employees, and they are all as compassionate about this work as we are here. There's not a person there that won't help you. We do have an on-call caregiver program where if you work 24 hours in a week, you can get an additional $400 bonus. And we can offer you supportive services if you need help with childcare assistance, maybe you need some new scrubs, or you don't have gas to get to work until you get paychecks coming in. We can help with that. He mentioned the life coaching. We have some soft skills workshops that happen they're just an hour long, and there's 6 of them. And then we can also pay up to 7 hours of life coaching, one-on-one life coaching. So we have a lot of different, yeah, we have a lot of different things available, but it just takes a conversation with somebody so that we can individualize it to you.
And we're stashing all those fundings so that we can help people get through their MAs or through dental assistance and others. Getting beyond that, we have to get into partnerships with employers and the programs you all have with PAs and FNPs and doctors and nurses. That's going to require more than we have, but we can help a lot in that partnership. So it's a big, important piece of the puzzle. Kind of know that that's available to you. Anything else on WorkSource before we go?
Yeah, I'd like to add something kind of riff off of what Val does, and Jim said is, take the first step. Standing still gets you nowhere. If you make the first step, you can course correct. You can always change the pathway. Many of you out here, you have different situations, difficult choices, varying options, but you gotta start somewhere. Now, the journey of 1,000 steps starts with a single step. So whether it's meeting with one of these fine employers or coming into WorkSource, take the first step.
Can't argue with that. Joe just quoted a famous Chinese philosopher. So Robbie.
I'm Robbie with Pacific Healthcare. So we have a training program for CNA, the Certified Nursing Assistant, CNA 1, CNA 2, and then the Certified Med Aids within the facility, and then Medical Assistant, Limited X-ray Tech, and Phlebotomy. So we're turning out about 285 to 300 CNAs a year. This is for CNA 1, and the CNA 2 components going on. And we've had students that they're moving on up and getting the training, and we're such in a limited environment for education opportunities in this area, unfortunately. All the way from CNA to nursing and on from there. So like you said, we're all kind of in the same team trying to feed employees to our local companies. And we're really in a crisis, so I hope that all this working together, we can keep people getting trained, being interested in the field, and manning all of these wonderful employers, which hasn't been an easy task. So it's, I think we really do have to work together on all of this, because it's really a challenge that both hospitals are horribly short. The skilled nursing facilities are short. The more that the hospitals are using the CNAs, the less that they have in the skilled nursing facilities. So we really do have to bolster these skilled positions to thwart this shortcoming. So, and hopefully one of these days we'll have more nursing opportunities, because limited entry stuff is just not enough. And it's really interesting, if you go to Utah, Salt Lake City, they have 10 nursing programs, is that what it is?
It's short, small.
Okay, let's close it out with RCC, please.
Okay.
Final words and final
So,
steps.
ooh, so much pressure. First of all, thanks for coming and touring our beautiful building. It's been around only just about a year, so it's awesome to get some people seeing what's available. Very much, we are in the spirit in healthcare of making sure that when people are interested in working in healthcare, that our job is to provide opportunities for you, but personally, as the director of Allied Health, I want you all who are thinking about healthcare to be able to have real, serious conversations that are real. And if opportunities are better in different places and filling that out, I like that we can all facilitate that together as a group. If school is where you're headed in education, you're entering that system, and here in Allied Health, you are intentionally supported, that we can help with scholarships and navigating systems, and we are partnered up with WorkSource and all the people in the room. We have practicum sites that people get jobs at Providence and VA and all over the place. So we're here to support you through those processes. School is not easy if you want to join that. I am a realist. Just let's figure it out together. We'll walk you through those steps and not send you into 1,000 different places. But if you just want to know what you're looking at and thinking about, we can connect you with the employers as well. So we can say, you know what, maybe full-time school is not your gig right now or whatever. Let's get you talking to the Manor and see what they have, and we can help facilitate those conversations. We want to do that too. We want to see you and meet you where you're at and help you. And I don't feel competitive spirited in that way. I just want people to do what they want to do in life. So I'm here to help you do that. So thank you.
Laura, or Donna, any final other comments?
No, I think Lisa just did a beautiful job of wrapping it all up. We're, basically, it's education. Like, we're in a little different situation here with all the rules that we have to fall under. So, we do the best we can. I think that for Allied Health, Lisa is absolutely amazing, and she is the glue that holds all of those healthcare programs in check, and she is a go-getter. So anybody that's going to help you and bring you in and help you find your support in Allied Health, this is where you want to come. And Donna as well as that support. And unfortunately, nursing's a little different because of the scope of practice. I mean, it's a job that requires specific education, so it kind of falls into that different category. And of course, we're here to do the best we can, and we're going to start, we hope to have increased capacity over the next couple of years, but that all takes time, I'm sure, as everybody knows.
Great.
So, yeah.
Thank you. So I'll just close it out here. The way I think about this is, think of it like, I remember being in high school many, many years ago, and I was in a chem lab with the high school starting middle football linebacker and the all-state, all-star soccer forward. And I remember both of them were talking about their summer jobs. And they were getting great summer jobs and startup jobs because they had like an uncle in the construction business or somebody else. They knew people who knew people. I think the way we're wanting to manage this is like, think of it that you have friends and family to help you connect to the career path you want to explore. And to help you find yourself, and find your passion and your place, but also find the right place to kind of practice your passion. So you have a lot of aunts and uncles and cousins around the table. Lean on them, network. Spread the word to all your friends and families as well. Help us get the word out. Joe is our communications point person. So if you have ideas about and can repost things from like your Instagram or your Facebook or other things, we love to help spread the word. We'll pay for influencers too.
Grow Careers, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Please follow and like.
Okay, well good. Thank you so much for having us. Good luck for all of you.